Hello students, I welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. I hope you all are doing well at home and you are studying for your 10th standard examination. We are studying chapter number 1, linear equations in two variables. In that we have completed all the practice sets up to 1.5, and in the previous lecture we have started with problem set 1. In that, we have completed up to question number 5. The questions were similar, so I told you that solve them as homework. Question number 1, which was MCQ based, that was discussed by me. I hope you all of you must have done the homework or practice the similar sums. Now, let us go further. Question number 6, solve the following simultaneous equations. In the last lecture I told you that you can do it by yourself as a homework. These are equations reducible to the form of linear equations. Okay, so you can do it by yourself by doing substitution. 1 upon x is equal to m and 1 upon y is equal to n. Now let us go further. Question number 3 means sub question number 3 from this question number 6 is different. So let us discuss that. Question number 3, 148x plus 231 upon y, 148 upon x plus 231 upon y is equal to 527 upon xy. And second equation is 231 upon x plus 148 upon y is equal to 610 upon xy. Now, how these equations are different? Let us see here. What we can observe here is the variables are in denominator. But in the previous examples, the variables were only in left hand side. Okay. But here, what you can observe is the variables are present on right hand side also. That is, also they are present in the multiplication form, means xy as a single term. Here you will observe that they are present as separate terms, but here they are present as a single term. Okay, so we cannot go for direct substitution here. So we have to follow another method so that we can simplify them. In short, what we can say is we don't want this xy. We need to eliminate them. Okay, so let's see how to solve it. So the very first step, you know that we are numbering equations as 1 and 2. So you write down the given equations as 1 and 2. Okay, 148 upon x plus 231 upon y is equal to 527 upon xy. Equation number 1. 231 upon x plus 148 upon y is equal to 610 upon xy. Equation number 2. Okay, now to eliminate this xy, what we are going to do is we are going to multiply both the sides of these equations by xy. Okay, so write down that. Multiplying both the sides of equation 1 and equation 2 by xy. So when we multiply here by xy, then x and x will get cancelled and you will get 148y here. And when you will multiply here by xy, y and y will get cancelled and you will get 231x. And here you will get 527 because xy will get cancelled. Okay. So you are going to get equation this way. 148y plus 231x is equal to 527. But you know that we are always following alphabetical order. So the term with x we are writing first and the term with y we are writing second. So just interchange this sequence and rewrite the equation as 231x plus 148y is equal to 527. So this is our new equation frame, that is equation number 3. We cannot simplify it further. So write it as it is. Similarly, when we multiply here by xy to each and every term, what we will get? Here x and x will get cancelled. So we will get 231y. Here we will get 148x and here we will get 610. And if we write it properly in sequence, then the next equation we will get as 148x plus 231y is equal to 610. Equation number 4. Okay. Originally by multiplying by xy you are going to get this equation. But when you write it in proper sequence you are going to get this way. Okay. So the simple equations 3 and 4 are ready now. See, now what you will find is denominators are in the variables are in numerators only. They are not in denominator. That means these are linear equations. So there is no need to convert again. We are not getting 1 upon y or 1 upon x. Here simply we are getting a linear equation. So we can solve them in the same form. Okay. Now what else you can observe here is, here you have 231x, opposite to that here you have 231y. And here 148y and here you have 148x. Means what you can observe is the coefficients are interchanged. Okay, and the numbers are too big, so it is not possible for us to go for the equating coefficient method. So you know that these are particular types of equation and we can solve them by ASA method: addition, subtraction, addition. So once we are going to add, then we are going to get one simple equation. Then we are going to subtract, then we will get one more simple equation. And again we are going to add, so that the one variable will be eliminated and we can get the another variable. Okay, so when you will find that the coefficients are interchanged, always you will go for ASA. Keep this in mind: addition, subtraction, addition. Okay, so let us add equations 3 and 4. Okay, so adding equations 3 and 4. So write down them one below another. This plus sign shows that you are doing addition. You are adding these two equations. Okay, so when you add them, what you are going to get? 379x plus 379y is equal to 1137. Okay. So what we can observe here, this each and every term is divisible by 379. See, 9 3s are 27, means what? If you do 379 into 3, you are going to get 1137. So when you divide it by 379, you will get the simple equation as x plus y is equal to 3. Number this as 5. The next number. Okay. So after adding, we got a simple equation. Next step is to subtract. So now let us subtract. Subtracting equation 4 from 3, we get. So equation 3 we are going to write up. Equation 4 we are going to write below. And this minus sign shows that we are doing subtraction. Okay. Now when we subtract, we need to change each and every sign of second equation. So you have to go for change in sign. See, this plus will become minus. Plus will become minus. Here also plus will become minus. So subtract now. 231x minus 148x. If you subtract, you will get 83. So what is new equation here? 83x minus 83y is equal to minus 83. See, don't do mistake here. See, 610 is a bigger number and it is negative. That is why here minus 83 we have got. We are giving always the sign of bigger number when we subtract two numbers. Okay. Again, what we can observe is that all these three numbers are divisible by 83 and we will get the simple equation as x minus y is equal to minus 1 when we divide it by 83. Okay. So see, when we added this, then we got one simple equation in the form of x plus y, and when we subtracted, we got one more simple equation in the form of x minus y. Okay, so now here you have plus y, here you have minus y. So the signs are opposite, coefficients are equal. So again we are going to add. Okay, so that is why, see, adding, subtracting and again adding. So keep in short in mind that ASA, we are going to follow ASA method here. Okay, so now let us add these two equations 5 and 6. So adding equations 5 and 6. So fifth is written up, x plus y is equal to 3. And sixth is written down, x minus y is equal to minus 1. Okay, again you write down this plus sign to show that you are adding. So when you are adding here, now see, plus y and minus y got cancelled. X plus x, 2x. And 3 minus 1, 2. So 2x is equal to 2. Therefore, we will get x is equal to 1. Okay, so we got value of one variable, that is x is equal to 1. Now let us put this value in one simple equation, that is equation number 5. We can put x is equal to 1 in equation 5 and then we will get y as 2. See, equation number 5 is what? X plus y is 3. In place of x we are writing 1 and then 1 is shifted to right hand side. So y is equal to 3 minus 1, that is 2. So we got the values of both the variables. X is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. In the end, don't forget to write down the solution. Okay. So what we can write down, therefore the solution of the given simultaneous equations is inside the round bracket 1 comma 2. You have to write value of x first and value of y afterwards. Okay. I hope you must have understood this question. This question was little bit different in the beginning. Only you need to do those two steps to convert the equations into the simple form. Okay. Then further the method is similar. Means methods are different for different equations, as sometimes we are following here this ASA method for particular type of equations. So depending upon the question you can follow the method. Okay. Now let us go further. Question number 4. 7x minus 2y upon xy is equal to 5. And the second equation is here 8x plus 7y upon xy is equal to 15. Okay. So again this equation is little bit different from the previous one. So in this case I am going to give you only few steps. Further the remaining part you are going to solve by yourself. Okay, so I will only guide you how to convert this equation into the simplest form and then you can solve it. So let us start with the given questions first of all. The first equation is 7x minus 2y upon xy is equal to 5. Okay, now here what we are going to do is we are going to separate these two terms. Okay, this xy is denominator for this both. So we are going to separate it. What we are going to write is 7x upon xy minus 2y upon xy. Okay, so here these terms we are going to separate like this. Got it? You have to recall your previous knowledge that when we add or subtract two fractions, their denominators are equal. So here in this case, what we can say here is this xy is denominator of this both the terms. That is why we are separating it. Okay. So what we got, 7x upon xy minus 2y upon xy is equal to 5. Now what you will find here is x and x is getting cancelled. And here y and y is getting cancelled. Okay, so we are going to get the new equation as 7 upon y minus 2 upon x is equal to 5. If we write it in the proper sequence as we are doing, as I have said, always we follow the alphabetical order, then the first equation is minus 2 upon x. Write it along with the sign. Now this is optional. If you can solve it by this sequence also, no problem. You are going to get correct answer. But then while writing the final answer, you should be then very careful that you should write value of x first and then y. Okay. So instead, to avoid that, in the beginning only you follow the proper order. So minus 2 upon x plus 7 upon y is equal to 5. This is equation number 1. Okay, now in the previous one we got directly the linear equations. Now here we didn't get the linear equations directly. We got 1 upon x and 1 upon y. So immediately you should understand that we should go for substitution now. Okay, the second equation also will be in the same form and then you have to go for substitution and then you can solve it. Now let us go for the second one. Okay. So second one is 8x plus 7y upon xy is equal to 15. This is given equation. Again, let us separate the terms now. So what we are going to get, 8x upon xy plus 7y upon xy is equal to 15. So here x and x will get cancelled. Here y and y will get cancelled. And if we divide it properly, then we will get 7 upon x plus 8 upon y is equal to 15. This is equation number 2. Okay, so we got both the equations in the form of 1 upon x and 1 upon y, where we have to substitute. Okay, so what you are going to do now, you are going to substitute 1 upon x as m and 1 upon y as n in equations 1 and 2. And then you will get the new equations as minus 2m plus 7n is equal to 5, equation number 3, and 7m plus 8n is equal to 15. See, in place of 1 upon x, you are writing m. So this is going to become 7m. This is going to become 8n. So 7m plus 8n is equal to 15. Okay, so we have converted it to the in the form of linear equations. Now you can solve it by yourself. Either you can go for elimination method, you can go for substitution method, you can solve it by Cramer's rule also. Okay, any method you can use, and then you can find values of m and n and again resubstitute that to get values of x and y. Okay, so this question you are going to solve it further by yourself. Okay, so this note is written, solve it further by yourself. I have not given the complete solution, you have to do it. Okay, I hope you must have understood these two questions which were quite different. Okay, now let us go further towards the last sub question of this question number 6. Okay, so this is the last sub question. 1 upon 2 inside the bracket 3x plus 4y plus 1 upon 5 inside the bracket 2x minus 3y is equal to 1 upon 4. And here 5 upon 3x plus 4y minus 2 upon 2x minus 3y is equal to minus 3 upon 2. Okay, now this question is again of substitution and you can do it by yourself. How to do it now, see here. First of all, you will find that here the numbers are there in denominator. So you need to eliminate them, and for that purpose you have to multiply this equation by LCM of 2, 5 and 4. Okay. How to find LCM? I told you, always start with the table of the bigger number 5. 5 ones are 5. Not there in table of 2, not there in table of 4. Go further. 5 twos are 5 twos are 10. It is there in table of 2 but not there in table of 4. So 10 will not do. 15 obviously will not do because it's odd number. 5 fours are 20. So now see, 20 we can divide by 2 also. We can divide by 5 also. We can divide by 4 also. So 20 is LCM of 5, 4 and 2. Okay, so first of all you are going to multiply this equation by 20. Then all these three numbers will be eliminated. When you will multiply here in the numerator you will get 10. Here you will get 4 and here you will get 5. Okay, and these brackets will be there. Now these brackets are same. See, here also 3x plus 4y is there. Here also 3x plus 4y is there. Here 2x minus 3y. Here 2x minus 3y. So you can go for substitution because they are same. Now in second equation, numbers are not present here on left hand side in denominator. But on right hand side it is present. And you don't want that 2. So to eliminate this 2, you have to multiply this equation by 2 everywhere. So when you will multiply by 2 here you are going to get 10 upon 3x plus 4y. Here minus sign as it is, 4 upon 2x minus 3y, and here you will get minus 3. And then you go for substitution. That is, put 1 upon 3x plus 4y as x and 1 upon 2x minus 3y as some other variable, that is n. Take m and n and then solve. Okay. Such sum we have done in practice set. So I hope you will be able to do it. Still, if you have problem, then you can ask or I will solve for you. Okay, but first you try. If I am giving the solution of each and every question, then you are not going to try by yourself. So all of you please try it, and if it is not possible for you, I will definitely guide you. Okay students, so let us go further now. The last question of problem set, question number 7, solve the following word problems. Okay, so here this is main question and below that we have sub questions. Okay, so a 2-digit number and the number with digits interchanged add up to 143. In the given number, the digit in units place is 3 more than the digit in the tens place. Find the original number. Now see, this question is given activity based. All the steps are given to you and you need to write down only the correct answers in proper boxes. Okay, so it is possible for you to solve. Also in solved example, I have discussed the question which was 3-digit number. Okay, so it's possible for you to solve. So all of you please try to solve it. Okay, because all the steps are given. Let us go further now. Question number 2. Kantabai bought 1.5 kg tea and 5 kg sugar from a shop. She paid rupees 50 as return fare for rickshaw. Total expense was 700. Then she realized that by ordering online the goods can be bought with the free home delivery at the same time at the same price. So next month she placed the order online for 2 kg tea and 7 kg sugar. She paid rupees 880 for that. Find the rate of sugar and tea per kg. Okay. Now this question is a little bit different. Now try to understand here while giving the conditions or statements, they have used the sequence tea and sugar here. But while finding, they have reversed it, sugar and tea. Okay, it is to confuse you because in hurry, you will write the wrong variables and you will get the wrong answer. So you need to be very careful here while taking the variables. Okay. For sugar, if you are taking X and for tea, if you are taking Y, then here Y will come first and X will come afterwards. Okay, so while taking the variables, you have to be very careful. So for example, here, now here for T, because T has appeared here first in the statement. Okay, I have taken the cost of 1 kg tea as rupees X and cost of 1 kg sugar as rupees Y. Why? Because here in the conditions, here in the statements, tea and sugar is the sequence. So the same sequence I have written for the first statement. Okay, it doesn't matter if you change it according to your convenience. No doubt, you can take sugar as X and tea as Y also, but then you need to be careful while writing the equations. Okay, so in the beginning only, to avoid the confusion, you follow this sequence only. That for the 1 kg tea we are taking rupees X and for 1 kg sugar we are taking rupees Y. Okay. So now here let us read it again so that we can understand the condition one properly. Kantabai bought 1.5 kg tea. So this 1.5 kg, which is a mixed fraction, you have to convert it to improper fraction. You know that 2 into 1 plus 1. So this is 3 upon 2 kg. Okay, we can write 1.5 as 3 upon 2. Then the next thing to understand is what she spent rupees 700, means her expense was rupees 700, but that from that 700, 50 rupees she paid for rickshaw. So actually the cost of tea and sugar is not 700. It is 700 minus 50, that is 650. This is the next thing to understand. In hurry, don't write here 700. Okay. So let us write it step by step. Okay. Amount paid for rickshaw is what? Rupees 50. Then the total expense was 700, and that is why the total cost of tea and sugar is 700 minus 50, that is rupees 650. This you need to understand. That means the cost of 1.5 kg tea and 5 kg sugar is 650, not 700. Got it? So now we can write down from first condition that 3 upon 2x. See, as I have converted 1.5, we can write as 3 upon 2. So 3 upon 2x plus 5y is equal to 650. Okay. This is weight and into cost. Weight and cost. So that is amount. But here, see here again the fraction appears. So we don't want this 2 in denominator. So let us multiply both the sides by 2. Okay. So that we can get the simple equation. So when we multiply it by 2, we are going to get 3x plus 10y is equal to 1300. Equation number 2. Okay, now afterwards what she found is that if we go to market, we have to do the expense of rickshaw. So, but she found that if we order it online, then there is no expense of rickshaw, and also the cost or rate of tea and sugar is same online. So she decided to order it online, and next month she ordered online. Okay, so what she did is she ordered 2 kg tea and 7 kg sugar, and she paid rupees 880. Okay, so 2x plus 7y is equal to 880. This is equation number 2 from second condition. Okay, so two equations are ready now. 3x plus 10y is equal to 1300 and 2x plus 7y is equal to 880. Now you have to solve these equations by any method. As I have said, you can go for any method, but always the method of elimination is very easy. So let us equate here. See, equating this will be difficult here. Multiplying by 7 and multiplying by 10, we will get huge numbers. So instead, let us equate this coefficient of x. So here we will multiply by 2 and here we will multiply by 3. So multiplying equation 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. So when we multiply here by 2, 3 into 2x is 6x. 2 into 10y is 20y. And 1300 into 2 is 2600. Number this as equation number 3. And when we multiply here by 3, 3 into 2x is 6x. 3 into 7y is 21y. And 3 into 880 is 2640. Number this as equation 4. See now, the coefficients are equals. At the same time, what we find is the signs are also equal, that is positive. So here we have to go for subtraction. So subtracting equation 4 from 3. 3 we are writing up, 4 we are writing down, and this minus sign shows that we are doing subtraction. When we are doing subtraction, we have to go for change of sign here. So go for that, change the sign everywhere. Okay, so everywhere where the sign was plus previously, we wrote minus here. So this plus 6x minus 6x, it is cancelled, x is eliminated. And here plus 20y minus 21y, we are going to get minus y here. And here, see, this is bigger number. 2640 minus 2600. So we are going to get 40 but minus 40 because this is bigger. So what we are going to get, minus y is equal to minus 40, and therefore we can write down y is equal to 40. Okay, in this way the variable x is eliminated and we got the value of variable y, that is 40. Now let us put this value in any one equation, either equation 1 or equation 2. This value we can put here and we can get value of x. Okay, so we are substituting this in equation 2 because it is smaller as compared to first one. So substituting y is equal to 40 in equation 2. This is our equation 2. 2x plus 7y is equal to 880. So in place of y we are substituting 40. Okay, remaining terms as it is. 2x plus 7 inside the bracket 40 is equal to 880. So see here, 7 fours are 28. So 7 into 40 will be 280. That we will shift here. So what we are going to get? 2x is equal to 880 minus 280 and therefore 2x is equal to 600. And from that value of x we will get as 300. 600 divided by 2, that is 300. Okay, so we got the value of x and value of y. But this is a word problem and you know that we need to write down the final answer as a statement. So you have to write down it as a statement that therefore the cost of 1 kg tea is rupees 300 and 1 kg sugar is rupees 40. Or you can write for sugar first and then for tea as they have asked in the question. Okay, it doesn't matter, but the final statement should be present. Okay, I hope all of you must have understood this question. I took this because it was little bit different. Okay, now the remaining questions we will discuss in the next lecture. Okay, so that we can complete our first chapter. The chapter is too lengthy, as you have seen that we took so many lectures to complete this chapter. Okay, so all of you also try to practice the sums every day. You keep some time for solving mathematics sums so that you can get better practice of it and you will not find any difficulty when you are going to write your exam or when you are going to appear for your board exam. Okay students, so today we are stopping here. Thank you students.